Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition playthrough. Last time we made our way through, and reached Prison Island, powered up the Monado. Unfortunately, we didn't quite make it in time to save the Emperor, as he had his wings clipped permanently. So that was definitely not a good time for anyone. But hey, at least the Monado can now kill Faced Mechon officially, so that's great. So in today's session, we're actually going to focus on completing a bunch of side quests that I've been gathering up all this time. And let me tell you, we got a lot of them. And of course, my priority is going to be set on completing the ones that have the stopwatch on them first and foremost. And there's several of them. And there's probably going to be more added on top of the number of quests that we have to do. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and get things started. So, one thing I will go ahead and mention here is, first off, I know that this session should have happened much earlier on this week. It should have happened on, I believe, either Monday or Tuesday. Is that Goral Garden a statue? I never expected it to be guarded. It appears that I cannot proceed with my research. Sorry, Nero. Sorry, Ruthin. Oh dear. Looks like we're in for a hell of a ride. So anyway, as I was saying, this session should have happened earlier this week. But I had something happen earlier that took priority, and yeah, it was not exactly fun to deal with. So, first off, this past week, I went for a job interview, and lo and behold, I ended up getting the job, but instead of being a joyous occasion, it turned into a massive battle of dread and stress beyond comprehension. So, in the end, I ended up turning the job down. So that was definitely not a fun time. It was just absolute pain and misery. And there are some reasons why I turned the job down. The main reason, of course, being that the scheduling for my streams is already inconsistent enough as is, and I honestly did not want to give that up. And so, yeah, that's basically how that went down. It lasted several days trying to figure out what the hell it is I wanted to do. And in the end, I feel as though I made the right decision, because now I feel much better. So apologies if I've made anyone worry this past week. Don't worry, I didn't just magically vanish out of nowhere. I've just been dealing with some personal issues. And sadly, this is still going to be ongoing. Though when it'll happen again, nobody knows. It's all in God's hands as of right now. So one more thing I will mention here is, if you couldn't tell, my allergies are driving me up a goddamn wall. And another thing too, my throat is kind of killing me, because last night I've been dealing with my allergies, and they have, let me tell you, it was not a fun time. Having to wear a CPAP while also dealing with allergies, Jesus, it was just really, really miserable. It really was. So, that was definitely a very bad experience. I did take some allergy medicine earlier this morning, and even not too long ago, I took a different kind of allergy medicine, and I also sucked on a Hall's lozenge, because my throat is also kind of killing me. I mean, it's not really too bad right now, but as this stream goes on, it's only going to get worse. Thankfully, I do have a box of tissues on standby, so if my nose decides to do the drip, drip, drip shit, I'll be able to wipe it without too much of a problem.
Me.
What? Are you saying that you actually witnessed my future? That is why you came to help me. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to ask, but could you eliminate that goggle for me? I'm unable to proceed with my research as long as it is here. Makes sense. Anyway, let's get started. So, one thing I will also mention here is I did level up everyone up to level 50. Why level 50? Simply to prepare for the road ahead and prepare for more or less what's going to be happening in the next session. Because next time I'm actually going to be progressing through the story a bit more. I don't know how you came to know my future, but you prevented me from becoming seriously injured. I must offer you my gratitude. I feel I can trust you enough to explain why I came to these ruins. Not long ago, I discovered an ancient book. Narrow Ruthin, and then I formed a research group to study it. The book told of a war god faith that existed long ago. Have you seen the statues above the entrance of the palace? It is based on the war god, but it's only a copy. Right now I'm trying to determine where the war god's faith arose. So finding the original statue would greatly help our research. We deciphered half of the book. The text indicated that the original war god statue is in Satoral. However, the statue I found here was not the original. My actions were premature. First, I should decipher the entire text. I may ask for your help when the time comes to seek out the statue. I hope that I can depend on you. Many thanks for everything you have done for me so far. No problem, my dude. No problem. Alright, at least that one is done. On to the next one. I believe there is something going on around here, if you couldn't tell by the exclamation points on the map. As far as what? That's yet to be determined. Oh shoot, I forgot to make a backup save. Oh well, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just use slot 3 for my main save for now. So, one more thing I will go ahead and mention here is, as of next week, I'm going to be changing things around a little bit when it comes to what exactly I'm going to be doing as far as streams are concerned. So, what I mean by this is, okay, seriously, what is this exclamation point about?
This ain't good. Steel yourself. The fight has only just begun.
Oh, there it is. Just a bit further down. There we go. Okay, so as I was trying to say, there is going to be a slight change in content delivery. Well, not really content delivery, but more like the kind of... Okay, I don't even know how to explain this, but basically what I'm trying to say is, starting next week, I'm shifting gears when it comes to what I'm going to be covering on this Twitch channel. So what I mean by this is, my Let's Plays are only going to be covered once per week, as of next week. And... So, as I was saying, I'm going to be covering my Let's Plays once per week, starting next week. In other words, this coming Monday. And all the other days in the week are all going to be dedicated to Banjo-Kazooie speedruns. Monday or Tuesday through Friday. At least that's my plan. Oh, damn.
No way.
Lol. Gotta love slipping and falling, am I right? Well, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Plus, I got something else that might actually be pretty dang useful in more ways than one. Okay, what's next? Back pain. Alright. Okay. I feel as though many of these quests that we're taking on right now, we should be able to take care of these in like one fell swoop. By the way, if you couldn't tell, one other thing I've done other than change everyone's clothes again is I also changed around my active party just for the sake of variety. And funny enough, I think this combination of Ryan, Ricky, as well as Dunban, they work out pretty well. Of course, this may not necessarily be the best combination out there. Honestly, I feel as though the best combination is Shulk, Dunban, as well as the 7th party member. And you'll soon see what I mean. Probably within the next couple of sessions, though I don't know when exactly. So, one other thing I've wanted to mention too is after I turned down this job offer I got, Mom and I ended up making a deal. And this is pretty serious. And honestly, I'm kind of nervous if I'm going to even be able to fulfill that part of the deal. And that is, I need to start bringing in some money from my streams. And I mean fast. I have until January 2021. So about 4 months before the deadline. If I can't do that by then I have to search for another job, and I have to take it. So, let me tell you, it's not going to be fun. But, hopefully, things will work out, and work out in my favor. That favor obviously being that, you know, I'm able to bring in some actual money from these streams here. Which, let me tell you, it's not going to be easy. But I know it can be done. It's just going to take time, and the grind is going to be so real that it's not even funny. So, hope you're all ready for the grind that is... I don't even know. I also apologize if I don't sound all peppy today, or more or less like my usual self. The reason why is quite simple. My allergies are driving me absolutely bonkers. And that is the sole reason. Plain and simple.
This will be a breeze.
Ricky can win by himself.
I don't have time for small fry. Yeah, we got him good. Not bad, not bad. Let's press on.
I feel like I got a freaking sneeze. Great. Okay. Perhaps that's passed. So, that's a good thing. So, you may be wondering, why is it that I'm dedicating this session to taking care of side quests? Well, the reason for that is quite simple. Since several of these quests are considered timed, and I can't progress too far into the story, otherwise these quests disappear, and I don't want that to happen.
This will be a breeze. I don't have time for small
Honestly, it's a good idea to try to take care of these quests as soon as possible. Oh, that was pretty sweet. Sweet.
Everyone do good.
Coolio. Okay. Alright, next stop is Alkamoth. Why here? Well, quite simple. We're finished taking care of this monster quest, so that's pretty fantastic. It kind of sucks that our quest giver isn't out right now. They're probably going to be out around nighttime. Yeah, as I thought. Alright, this works. So, as far as what else to talk about at this moment in time, honestly, I don't have a whole lot to mention here.
Welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad that's taken care of. Alright. Pretty sweet. Alright, what's next? Losing the taste for alcohol. This is going to be quite interesting. I feel as though this one is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt, considering the things that we have to do for this quest. But, at least at the same time, we can work on this.
This will be a breeze. I don't have time for small fry.
Get smacked. Hello, looks like we got another little birdie. Time to smack birdie. Okay, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. So one thing I will mention here is that even though these quests can sometimes be a bit time consuming, depending on what you have to do and what materials you have to gather, it is definitely well worth your time to do all these quests. Because let me tell you, the rewards that you can get are pretty damn sweet. I think I've mentioned that many times throughout this whole freaking playthrough so far. Hello, Duvius. Welcome to the stream. Glad you were able to make it. If you couldn't tell, my allergies are kind of crap right now and driving me up the freaking wall. So, if I don't sound like my usual self, that's the reason. There we go. Another quest down. Easy monsters. Yeah, that's funny. So, one other thing I will mention here is that a lot of these quests we're going to be getting our hands on, we're going to be needing to head down into the actual Air Sea itself. So, in other words, be prepared to do a lot of swimming. Just keep on swimming.
I don't have time for small fry. Your house. Use a chain attack and finish this. Nothing like a good fight. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Not bad. Not bad.
A new weapon for Melia. Interesting. The Dream Staff. Honestly, I was not expecting that, but hey, at least it worked. Now then, trying to get this ass hat to come over, it's gonna be a bit of a problem. Come on, let's go. Just don't go for a swim, whatever you do.
Leave it to me. Against the odds. We choose to fight. Blossom dance. More done. Here we go, lariat.
Wow, that was a pretty damn good chain attack. Pretty sweet. There There we go. Now that is what I'm talking about. Another challenge down. Kind of interesting that Ryan was having low morale. I wonder what that was all about. I didn't even notice. Oh well, it is what it is.
Ryan, what are you babbling on about?
Okay, who's next for the chopping block? Get smacked.
I don't have time for small fry. Alley-oop.
By the way, one other thing I will mention here is that, like I said, you are going to be doing a lot of swimming. But sometimes it's a better idea to just fast travel back to a previous area. Just so that way the enemy... Is this guy walking on air? He is! He is walking on air!
What is it?
I never even noticed that. Why is he walking on air? Perhaps the latest patch kind of broke that NPC. That's kind of hilarious. I wish I could walk on air. That would actually be pretty funny. Although, if you watch any speedrun of Quest 64, then be amazed as Brian walks on air like it's nothing. Just saying.
Alley-oop.
Looks like that unique monster just showed up again. Neat. I guess I could fight it again if I wanted to, but really, there's not much of a point in doing that. Except maybe for additional treasures. Well, looks like we're fighting him anyway. Great. At least the good news is that even though we're fighting this annoying sort of enemy species again, at least we get to hear more of this kick-ass battle music, am I right? One of the best songs in the entire game. Whew, just in time.
Timing is everything. Remember that.
Funny enough, that thing was just about to explode. If that chain attack didn't occur any later, if that occurred any later, then it would have exploded and left me a very sad panda. Just saying. I hate it when those elemental-like enemies explode.
Ricky can win by himself.
Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Hello there, little boy. Okay, why the hell did I say that? He ain't little. That's for sure. Hopefully this quest won't take too much longer to complete. I mean, it shouldn't. I think all we really need to do is just, collect a few more little things here around this area, which that shouldn't be too difficult to do. And whoever stands in our way, we can easily take them down. Unless they're, like, 50 levels higher or something, which, thankfully, that should not be happening anytime soon.
Let's press on.
There we go. Just one more. One more of these things.
This will be a breeze.
Ricky can win by himself.
There we go. Sadly, I don't think this is going to be the last one. Nope. That's unfortunate. You know what? This is fine. Might as well use this opportunity to explore a sort of new area within the RFC. I mean, we've had a few exclamation points pointing towards this area, too. So, might as well go for a bit of a swim. It's going to be fun. It's also going to take quite a while, so be prepared to just push down that auto-run button and just watch as everyone swims like Olympic champions. Except Ricky, he swims like a fish. It's kind of adorable. And I love it. It is kind of annoying that you can't fast-forward movement like, say, for example, Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, where you could do that, like, fast-forward the entire game by either 2, 3, or 4 times the game speed. That would definitely make things a lot easier. And faster, for sure. But it is what it is, I suppose. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal. An auto-run option is still nice to have regardless. Sure, you're just running in a straight line the entire time, but at least while you're auto-running, you can turn the camera around and just gaze upon the stars. Check out the beauty that is the environment around you. You know what they say, it's not about the journey. I mean, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Almost said it backwards. But you basically get the idea. Also, it's kind of important that we go to this area anyway, so that way we can mark it on our map for future reference. One other thing I will mention here is falling down here is kind of annoying, because if you're doing a challenge like where you can't fast travel, then trying to get back to where you need to go, you're going to be spending at least 15 to 20 minutes actually doing so. I'm dead serious. Air C is just that freaking big. Man, these allergies are going to be annoying the freaking piss out of me all day. That I can already tell, and it's not going to be fun. If you couldn't tell already by the tone of my voice. It's kind of cramp. So, as far as what else to talk about at this moment, excuse me. Honestly, I can't think of anything. I know, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Honestly, when it comes to games like Xenoblade here, really, you're going to be spending a lot of time running in one direction, and there's not exactly a whole lot of quote-unquote proper platforming. Not until quite a ways later, I'm just saying. Especially when you're heading into the Sword Valley. Good lord. There is quite a bit of platforming there, and there's also a lot of running around. And, yeah, it's quite a fun place to explore.
This will be a breeze.
Plus, we can smash some Mechon heads in while we're in there. So, hopefully you're all looking forward to that for the next session. For now, though, we gotta smack some crabs.
Right behind you, Dumban. Gale Slap. Is that all you got?
Everyone do good.
Let's press off.
So, one other thing I will mention around here is be careful when exploring the lower levels of RC, because there are a ton of high-level enemies around here. And when I say high level, I mean like level 80 plus enemies around here. Just saying. Getting caught in the sight of one of those things? Good lord. It's basically asking for a smack upside the head. Okay. I'm glad that's done. Now, let's see if the target's out now or if he's... Yeah, of course. Seems like a lot of targets as of late have been coming out only at night. That should be a good time. Okay. Yeah. Fast traveling here is definitely the better move. Okay. What do we have next? Let me tell you, alcohol is not exactly what we would call actual medicine. Hell, it is an escape, don't get me wrong, but I would not drink so much that you're all tipsy and wasted, as, believe it or not, that is quite bad. It really is. Let's see, what's next? Going out to play. Okay, next. Seems like a lot of, excuse me. Seems like a lot of these quests are all taking place here in Satoru Marsh. Honestly, I don't mind, especially coming here at night. It is quite a magnificent place to be, for sure. So, one other thing I will mention here is... Hang on a second. I thought I had to sneeze. Sorry I was so silent. But it is what it is. Okay, is that a good time? Yes, it is. Okay. I thought so. By the way, if you're trying to figure out what a target is or an NPC is supposed to show up, and you're tracking that particular NPC, one good thing to bring up when trying to figure out when an NPC is supposed to show up without going into the affinity chart, just change the time of day from the beginning of the day to the beginning of night and vice versa. And if they're not in those particular times, then just change the time to particular times in the day of however you see fit. You'll find them eventually. It may take some time, but it will work. Sweet. next? Thankfully, it seems like the remaining quests that have a timer on them, as far as I can tell, the only ones that are left all are monster-based. So what I mean by this, of course, is we just have to beat up some monsters and then the quest is done. Maybe. Then again, I think that's what we have to do as a step, and then we return to the quest giver. Oh, damn it. Frickin' nose, man, I swear. Thankfully, the tissues I have aren't that hard kind of tissue. They're the Puff brand tissues with lotion. So it won't make your nose raw. Or at least it won't make it raw super fast unlike other brands. Also, it's not sponsored. I'm just saying. Of course, it's still not perfect because still have to constantly deal with the drip, drip, drop shit all the damn time. Unless, shit. Here I go again. And here I thought I had to sneeze again. I mean, I felt it coming, yet it was not coming out. So what was up with that? I don't quite understand. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. By the way, one more thing I will mention here is, even though we're finished with our businesses in Prison Island, we can still technically go there for a little bit longer. How much longer, though? A bit longer. I can't say exactly when, because it's still quite a ways yet.
Ricky can win by himself.
I don't have time for small fry. Now it's right time. Maybe right time is coming.
Excellent. Another one down. On to the next.
Came through, but we mustn't be careless.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters.
Okay, what's next on our agenda? That sounds about right. Only during shooting stars. Well then. That is kind of unfortunate how this one particular quest is not active, technically. I mean, it is, but kind of have to wait for the right weather condition. Thankfully, if you see the target not found change to, if you see the target not found on your current quest that you're tracking disappear, then that means that the proper weather condition is finally achieved, and you need to haul ass to where the particular enemy is. As finding it again, or finding it, and also keeping the weather the way it needs to be, it can be a bit challenging. Here we go, finally. Great. Looks like we're going for a hell of a swim. I really wish there was a fast travel point for each of these islands here, but alas, it is what it is. Kinda sucks, I know, but gonna have to deal with what we're given. You know what I mean? Fingers crossed that the shooting star weather condition lasts long enough for us until we reach our destination. Ugh, damn. Okay. Once these quests with the timers are taken care of, I may go and start working on some of the other quests that we currently have on our list of things we need to take care of. And hell, I may even start up a couple of other quests at the same time while I'm at it. It really depends on how we approach these quests. Okay. Just gotta avoid the fish. And we should be fine. There we are. It is kind of interesting how certain quests will show you the way towards certain unique enemies that only show up during certain quests. Or even point you to the direction of where a particular unique monster is. There we go. All done.
Don't mess with the best.
Victory to Ricky!
Let's press on.
Okay, what do we got next? Challenge 4. Okay. This one shouldn't be too bad. Keyword is shouldn't.
Alley-oop.
Come on, jump over the thing, please.
Alley-oop.
Funny enough, if this was the original Xenoblade Chronicles, I would be able to jump over this no problem. And hell, it even looks like that we're jumping over it, and yet it's not letting us through. Hell, if you jump at it enough, eventually the game will finally let you over, which is kind of funny, and also kind of BS if you ask me. But, alas, it is what it is. Okay. So, in other news, the PlayStation 5 the PlayStation 5 reveal event happened recently, and during that event, it not only showed off a few more games, but it finally revealed the price of the console, for Pete's sake. Which, honestly, I wasn't even sure if they were even going to do that, but since Microsoft did it, Sony kind of had to scramble and say, you know what, screw it, we're revealing the price. And honestly, I was kind of expecting the price to be around $400 for the discless PS5, or more or less the digital version of the PS5, and $500 for the physical PS5. In other words, the one with the disc drive. So, I was kind of right in that regard. That was my honest prediction. So, what was your prediction if you watched the PS5 event that occurred recently? What did you think of the PS5's price point? Did you think it really was going to be what I said, around $400 for the digital PS5 and $500 for the physical one? Alright, time for this particular asshat. This is going to be quite interesting because this thing has a very deadly spike. Although it looks like we're kicking its ass right now, which is awesome, but during a non-New Game Plus playthrough, that thing is a pain in the ass in more ways than one. I'm serious. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. So, the spike it has, it will damage you every time you, damage it. Which, let me tell you, that's not fun to deal with at all. Looks like, the next thing we have to do here, thankfully, is just a simple material gathering quest. Hopefully this won't be too difficult to deal with, but since we're dealing with fish... Oh boy. Alright, cool.
Everyone do good.
But we mustn't be careless.
Cool. Wow, that was easy. Honestly, I was not expecting that to go as smoothly as that did. Alrighty. Next. Now that all the quests that have a timer on them are taken care of, now let's go ahead and start taking care of these other quests that I've been gathering up. Also, if you're wondering when I'm going to be gathering materials for rebuilding Colony 6, I'm going to be waiting quite a while before I do that. As far as when, it's going to be at least a few sessions away from now. Well, it's good to see that this quest is finally done. And it looks like we're starting another one. Cute. Lay it to rest. Aww. Okay, that seems like a simple idea. Alright. Thankfully, we already know exactly where we need to go here. Hell, this was even discovered recently, well, more or less, within the past few sessions, where we explored Machna Forest a bit. So, that's pretty nice. But before we start that particular quest, let's see if we can get this person to show up.
Look at this.
Funny enough, that does make perfect sense.
How's it going?
Alright, that's taken care of.
How's it going?
What do you got for us this time? That doesn't seem like a bad idea. So, for this particular quest, this can be approached in one of two locations. Either go to Satoral Marsh, or go to the Ether Mines. Honestly, I feel as though the Ether Mines is a better place to go, Mainly due to the fact that it's closer. Plus, I think for that particular quest, I... in the direction of Ether Mine or Star Marsh and protect him from harm. Okay. Hi, how you doing? Was not expecting you to be here, but hey, at least this will work. Well, that was easy. Lol. I mean, it's to be expected.
How's it going?
I could have handled that. I didn't need your help. Anyway, I feel brave enough to give my book to, you know who. Oh dear. Oh, shoot. Excuse me. Oof. Apologies for that. Coughed up some phlegm. That is just gross. That was just absolutely disgusting. My apologies. But sadly, it is what it is. Here we go. This is where I wanted to go to next. This should... Funny. The dumb man just slipped and fell, and then he just magically reappeared. This has to be the place that Satata was talking about. I'll throw the cap as he said. May you rest in peace. Aww. Hello. Just noticed we have another quest open up over here.
Yes, no.
Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult to do. So again, this is another one of those, or at least that one, that quest that we just picked up, is another quest of which requires you to manipulate the weather in a certain way. But thankfully, I think most of the time in the Machna Forest, it is mostly a very hot day. At least 99% of the time, I think. I could be wrong.
Me.
You know. Okay. Okay. Thankfully, I've gotten one of the things I need. But as far as getting the other,
Me.
it looks like I don't even need to. So cool. I'll take it. I'll gladly take it. I'm gonna turn on my fan. Give me a sec. Cool.
How's it going?
Here you go. Here's the painting. Okay. Funny enough, she's right here.
Me.
Aww. Funny enough, I really wish I could see what the portrait actually was, but sadly, you can't do that. It sucks, I know, but it is what it is. Okay. Well, at least we got another quest done out the way, so I'll gladly take it. Aww, thank you. Funny enough, the gift really isn't anything special. It honestly isn't, but it is what it is. So if you're lacking, like, jungle boots or something, it's not that bad. It's not a bad gift. Plus, if you want some additional jungle boots for fashion or something, then it's a good reward. Especially at this point in the game. Okay. Looks like the hot weather isn't 100% here in Magna Forest. I mean, it's a common weather condition, don't get me wrong, but as far as how common, if I'm being frank, I'm not too sure. Also, get used to me changing the time over and over again. This is the only way we can really try to manipulate the weather in our favor. One other thing I will mention here is... Shoot. Oh yeah, the thing I wanted to mention was, believe it or not, there is actually an achievement in-game that you can get that is really time-consuming, and one of those achievements that is extremely easy to miss. Hell, I haven't even gotten it yet, no matter how many times I played through this game. That achievement I'm talking about is known as Happy New Year. You have to change the time to make it so 365 days in-game have passed. And you have to manipulate the time in the proper way. Otherwise, it won't count for some stupid reason. Good Lord, man. Why is this thing not showing up? It's almost as if the thing is self-aware. It knows it's going to get destroyed as soon as it shows up. I know that this is very annoying, but this is what you gotta do in order to manipulate the weather. Honestly, I really wish you could change the weather to whatever you see fit at any given time. Rather than having to change the time and then pray. There it is. Finally. Jesus. That took forever. Whew. That was painful. Thankfully, it's one of those things that doesn't take like multiple hours just to get the right weather condition. It'll happen eventually.
Right, that's good.
There we go. Another one down. It's funny how that unique monster went down so freaking easily. It's kind of hilarious.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters.
Alright, what do we have next? I guess these. Inferno Dino Beasts. Kidding. But even so. I mean, they are kind of literal dino beasts. Am I right?
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Alright. Who's next for the chopping block that is death? We'll definitely see soon enough. By the way, if you're not a fan of a certain weather condition, then by all means. Hello, Sumomo. Welcome to the stream. Glad you were able to make it. Yeah, I agree. They do look like dinos to me.
This will be a breeze. I don't have time for small fry.
Get smacked.
Win by himself.
Of course. Looks like these next targets are not going to be showing up so easily. Then again, maybe they are. Okay then. Perhaps these plasma dinos only show up during a normal, average, everyday condition here in Magna Forest. Which makes sense. Yeah, fast traveling would be faster. Dewey.
Alley-oop.
Oh boy.
This will be a breeze. I don't have time for small fry.
Ricky can win by himself.
Steel slash.
Here we go.
Don't mess with the best, but we mustn't be careless.
Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of wishing that I could just smack these fools, or just smack a large number of these all at once. That actually would be pretty cool. And it would definitely make things a lot more efficient when it comes to completing quests such as these. But it is what it is, I suppose. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Especially if you're trying to get the... Especially if you know fast traveling will respawn your target. And you can kill it over and over again, which is awesome.
Alley-oop. Alley-oop. This will be a breeze. I don't have time for small fry.
Ricky can win by himself.
Cool. Finally. I swear, that took for freaking ever. But, hey, at least the deed is finally done. Of course, all we have to do now is just return to the quest giver. But before I do that, there appears to be another quest that we can take care of just around the bend. And funny enough, I think this also leads to another quote-unquote secret area, too. And honestly, it's one of the best spots in the whole freaking forest. Well, next to Frontier Village itself, I'm just saying.
Alley-oop.
Physics. What are those? Welcome to the sparkling pool. Okay. No boys allowed. Sounds fun. What a beautiful spring. Makes me want to jump right in. It does look inviting. It would certainly cool us down. Are you alright, Melia? It looks as if the heat's getting to you. You may be correct. Maybe you should take a rest. That may be in order. I believe I am starting to see things. That doesn't sound good. Maybe the forest air doesn't agree with you. It's very humid here. Don't worry, I just need a minute to compose myself. Well, if you say so. Oh, I've got a great idea. Let's take a dip, just you and me. It'll cool us both down, and it might even make you feel better. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. We won't get another chance like this, and the water's crystal clear. But well... Didn't you used to go swimming outdoors when you were a kid? No, never. Father would not have allowed something like that. Then why don't you make up for lost time? It's the perfect chance. You are right. Let's go swimming, Charla. I hope Shulk doesn't see me. And I'm sure even if he did see him, or see her, it wouldn't be all that bad. In fact, he probably would have joined in too. I mean, that in that time, he'd probably be in the mood. And no, he doesn't need to fly high with a jetpack on, or whip any pistols out. Okay, I need to stop. Nopon Sage. I wonder if its name is Jiraiya. No. Not quite. It's not that convenient. Okay. So for this particular quest, this is a required chain that you kind of need to do in order to unlock one of Ricky's additional skill trees. And there's quite a number of quests that you have to do with this particular quest line in order to get it up and running properly. Just saying. Of course, it is going to take a little bit before... Shoot. It is going to take a little bit of time before we get everything we need to finish up the quest line. Cool. The future hero pond. Sounds cool. Funny enough, I believe another quest is going to be popping up around this time frame. And this particular quest, you have to start it with Ricky as the party leader, otherwise you won't be able to start it. Very interesting. So, you may be wondering, what is it I'm doing up here exactly? Well, the reason why I'm up here is actually pretty simple. Bye, Charla. Hi, Charla. Okay. Okay. Now then, time to get this other guy to show up. So, one other thing I will mention here is that a lot of the quests around here, you're going to be changing the time a lot between day and night, like a freaking time-traveling wizard. But not quite, but you know what I mean, right? Honestly, I'm kind of hoping that you do. If you don't, well, too bad. Okay. At least that part of the quest is now finished, and we'll be able to finish that one up relatively soon. As far as when, you'll soon see. Hell, we may even be finishing it right now. That seems kind of odd, if you ask me. Special pollen orbs? I wonder what the backlash of something like that could be. Well, you'll learn what that's all about much later on in the game. Trust me. You most certainly will. Excuse me. You know that feeling of phlegm that's been gathering the back of the throat? What almost seems like forever? Ugh. It's nasty. Yeah, tell me in greater detail. That sounds serious. Ooh. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult to take care of. Although, why does it sound like the whole village is going to end when it's just a simple, average, everyday monster? I wouldn't say that's really a good thing, because you kind of want to cherish life. I'm serious, you really do. And honestly, I don't even know where I was going with that, but what I'm trying to say is... Shoot. Ouch. Well, that could have gone much worse, that's for sure. Could have fallen all the way back to the very bottom of the village and just been a human frickin' pancake. Alright, that shouldn't be too difficult. As far as where these so-called giants are going to be for this next quest, that is a very good question. And it also appears that some other quests are going to be starting up at the same time, which is pretty sweet. Yoink. Oh, hello. Looks like we got some big boys over here. All ready to throw a party.
Leave this to
Thankfully, these won't pose any sort of problem at all. Time to take names and kick some ass.
Manifest yourself. Anger is flowing through me. Now, copy. Dumba, have you just noticed? Manifest yourself. Manifest yourself, Slowpoke. Shala, I think we can do it. Summon. Good. Let's hold. This is the last one. Ancient spirit of ice to me. Okay, attack time. We are victorious. Okay, let's get going.
Cool.
Press on.
Alrighty. Glad that's taken care of. I gotta say, that was probably one of the easier quests that we were able to take care of, and relatively quickly at that. Those giants, even though they were like at level 38, if you're doing a bunch of quests around this point in time, they should pose no threat at all. You may not necessarily be at the level of, say, level 50, but even so, you should be really high up there as far as that's concerned. If not, you'll probably be closer to like around level 40-ish. Seriously? Do I really have to go all the way around just for this? Really? So dumb. Now, before we head back to Frontier Village, which honestly we should, there are still a few other things I kind of need to pick up around here, which thankfully shouldn't take too long to do. One thing's for sure, these exclamation points that are added for Definitive Edition, it definitely makes things a lot more tolerable when it comes to doing quests. That is for sure. And even if you don't want to do quests, it honestly isn't that big of a deal. Sure, it helps a lot. It really does, but they're by no means required. Except for story-based quests, of course. Those quests you have to do no matter what. Just saying, though.
Oh, fine.
Okay, cool. Now then, where is... There we are. There's our client. Good. Glad everything worked out. Funny enough, I think with that particular quest, I think if Ricky is the party leader or something, he'll have an entirely different conversation with that person. I'm not 100% sure. Alright. Now then, time to gather some ingredients for this mighty elixir. This elixir really shouldn't be too bad to gather the materials for. In fact, looks like most of the enemies around here should be able to provide more than enough materials for this stuff.
This represents no problem whatsoever. Okay, let's sort this out nice and quickly.
I don't have time for small fry.
Yeah, nicely done.
Let's get going.
Wow, that was quick. One thing's definitely for sure, I'm definitely a big fan of the fact that we're able to just complete so many quests all at once. Just makes things so much easier. It really does.
Yay!
Oops, wrong person.
Hello.
Okay, glad that's done. Job's done. Oh, a plan in motion, eh? Well, that's definitely peculiar. I wonder if Banna is hiding something. Oh boy. I mean, he is technically the most beloved Nopon villager here next to Ricky. I mean, what does he have to hide? Exactly. I mean, if he's like a politician like, say, Donald Trump or something, then I'm sure he has plenty to hide. Okay. Perhaps not. Who knows? Maybe I'm overthinking it. It could very well be a possibility. Alrighty. Let's see what's next. Sure. Let's see what you got. Cool. Alright. Thankfully, this, Nopon Elixir, it shouldn't be too difficult to hand over to, this person's, Grampy Pawn. Although it seems like they only come out at the right time of day. Almost like polar opposites of each other. Dang. I hate that so much. That's a familiar face.
You know,
Well, alright, if you say so. So then, what's next on our agenda? Well, other than changing the time back to nighttime again, because apparently these people are freaking night owls. Alrighty. Well, that's another one down. What do you got next? Really ancient ruins in Machna. That is a problem indeed. Technically, I kind of have. Alright, so for this one, we just need to gather some ancient documents. And afterwards, I believe we just return to this particular quest giver. And I believe there are several variants of this particular quest. And I'm not 100% sure, but I feel as though as the story progresses, more and more the quest will open up, or more or less more and more the quest line will open up. Then again, maybe you can take on all 4 once you get access to the ruins. I could be wrong, but perhaps that is indeed the case. Looks like this last ancient document that we need to get our hands on is in the drink. So, time to go for a swim. Whee! Spleesh! Oh man. That's really something else. Funny enough, if you keep swimming down this riverbed, eventually we'll find a secret area worth looking into. And believe me, I will be doing just that. Although it is going to take quite a bit before we reach the secret area. As, just like with RC, we're going to be doing quite a lot of swimming. But thankfully, this won't be too bad, considering that the river is constantly pushing us forward. Unlike RC, where you had no such leeway. In other words, you won't be going anywhere fast. Man, I'm really hoping this allergy medicine kicks in soon, because this is really annoying the crap out of me. I mean, sure, I did take a lozenge along with the Tylenol, severe cold and flu. And honestly, that shouldn't be too bad of a combination. Really shouldn't. So, as far as plans for this week, I don't have too many plans as far as I know. I know we may have... I know Mom has a doctor's appointment or 2 this week. But other than that, though, not much else is happening. So, at least as far as I know. I might be needing to help Mom take care of a few things here and there, like work on the basement some more. We'll see if we can do some more walking around the waterfront, not too far from where we live. It really shouldn't be that bad. It honestly shouldn't. Anyway, welcome to another secret area, the Seahorse Islet. It's kind of weird to see how this particular area has a fast travel point. And it's one of the very few fast travel points that are in such a remote location that it's not even funny. What do we got next? Alright, at least the ancient documents have been all gathered up and ready to go. There you go, here are the documents. Alright. So, the documents are going to be read over, and thankfully, she reads them over practically instantaneously. Ancient documents say to recite the prayers in front of the ruins. Okay, that sounds good to me. Okay, that won't be too hard. Oops, I did not mean to initiate trading, but it's no problem. Thankfully, this particular tomb, or this place where we have to go, we've technically already kind of explored the entrance to the place. Now then, time for the prayer, which you literally just scan an object and boom, there we go. Time to head inside and see what our prize is. All this and more can be yours if the price is right. Also be careful when exploring around here because we're going to be encountering some level 40 enemies, plus a unique monster that's rather intimidating. This guy, he's a level 46. The Brutal Graver.
Make it a swift victory.
I don't want anyone dying out there. Summon ice.
This is going to be interesting, especially towards the end of the fight, or even now.
Now, summon copy. Now I see there is strength in you. As a girl, I feel the ether building within me.
We choose to fight.
Manifest yourself. Charlotte.
Well, that was easy.
I shall do my best too. I think we can do it.
Coolio. I'm not sure if I have a Gale Shot that has 3 slots or not, but just in case. Doesn't look like I can open the giant coffin, but I can feel a draft coming from the gap below the coffin. We should go back and tell Lupa. So, at this point, unfortunately, we can't go any further. At least at this point in time. But I believe the next part of the quest line will allow us access to that place. I believe that is the case. I could be wrong. And funny enough, this particular quest line reward is a part of another series of quests that you kind of need to keep in mind as you progress through the game. As far as what that is, you'll find out what I mean soon enough. Ancient Giants. Indeed it is. Perhaps you'll be able to give us more info on that now? Yes, indeed. Okay. So, we just need some oil to move the heavy coffin. Thankfully, we already have the materials we need. There you go. It's sweet to see how we're able to get everything we need beforehand and just simply proceed and just complete the quest pretty much instantaneously. I think I've said that several times over, but even so. I'm just saying. Alright, time to open up this mysterious coffin and see what's inside. Also, you don't need to recite the prayer again, not unless you're starting a new playthrough of this game. So, once you recite the prayer, or in other words, scan the front door, kind of, or scan the front statue in front of the door, then you don't need to worry about opening it again. It'll open on its own upon approaching the door, so that's pretty good. Now, onward we go. Let's see what we got. There's only a treasure chest in the center of a small room. Let's go and tell Lupa after we open it. Here's the giant's treasure. We have Eater Records and Battle Soul. So, Eater Records technically speaking, this is where Shulk will learn the Monado Eater move. One of a couple of optional Monado arts that Shulk can learn in this game. And let me tell you, it's definitely worth picking up. It may not be the most useful of the arts, but it's still really damn good in its own right. It really is. And even if we already have it, at least we could probably sell it for some extra cash if we need to. So, that's pretty sweet. Plus, it's kind of... I wouldn't say it's required for the quest. But even so. Cool. Funny enough, we've already taken the treasure anyway, so... Upon completing the quest, we'll get ourselves another weapon for Ricky and a Heart of the Giant's treasure. One of several treasures that are a part of the Giant's quest line, which extend quite a bit throughout the entire game. Okay, where is... Oh, hello. What do we have here? Looks like we got another quest ready to open up and ready to go. Coolio. I don't even know why I said that, but even so. I guess because it's cool. Yo. Okay, so for this one, this is another one of those quests that has a branching path. Depending on who you speak or how you handle this quest will go one of two different ways. Although I think both ways lead to the same sort of result, but depending on who you choose and how you handle this is what will determine your final reward for that particular quest. Which, that is going to take a little bit of time, but thankfully isn't going to be too bad. I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what we need to do soon enough. Well, I didn't intend to talk to her, but hey, at least it worked. Did that person's face just vanish? Nah, I think it just turned their head in just the right way. Okay. So, for this particular quest, all we need to do is just drop off an offering for the Nopon Sage. And, funny enough, this Nopon Sage only shows up during certain periods of time within Magna Forest, which is rather interesting. Also, going to this particular fast travel point is faster than fast traveling from the secret area and then running back to where you need to go. And the simple reason for that is because the distance of which we need to travel is not as great as fast traveling from the secret area to where we need to go. So, what makes the Nopon Sage so special exactly? Well, you'll soon find out exactly what makes him so grand. Trust me. There is no rainbow. Okay, so for this one, I think we just need to manipulate the weather? Oh, here we go. Hello! Was it you who summoned me with the scrumptious-looking offering? You wish to win my approval and be granted my treasure? What's that you say? You're here for someone else? So, Pipiki wishes to stomach that which he can't? The bitter kiwi? The solution is simple. Understanding his thinking is not. Koosh! Kaboish! I don't even. Sabana! Shabani! Greet Piki whatever's wish to stomach bitter kiwi. His wish has been granted. Return to whoever. Coolio. As far as what the Nopon Sage has as far as trades are concerned, he has a fairly decent number of good items that he has up his sleeve. Don't have enough free inventory space. Wow, really? I thought for sure I had enough, but I guess not. Interesting. So, funny enough, the Nopon Sage only shows up between, I think about 2 different hours in the day, during the daytime. Any other time he is missing in action, which is rather interesting and also very annoying, especially if you're going after all the quests that unlock the additional skill trees. Just saying. Also, excuse me for a minute. It seems that I'm max. I have far too many gems on my back. So for this particular quest, in order to start it, Sasha. Yeah, Sasha has. Shoot. Charla! Oh my god, how did I screw that up? So anyway, Charla has to be the party leader in order to start this quest. Where the hell did I get Sasha from? She's not even in this game. I'm crazy. I guess Charla's just that forgettable. I'm kidding. But even so. So, for this particular quest, Rasha wants revenge for her mama, or Mama Pon's death, I think. Okay. This one is going to take a little bit of time to take care of. Although defeating it won't be too much of a problem. It honestly won't. But before we head out, there is something I kind of want to do first. And that is, of course... Okay, so it is for Mama Pon. Alright. Now then, time to sell off some gems. And wow. You would think that I wouldn't have this many gems here, but here we are. Let's see here. I have a bunch of 5s and also a few 6s when it comes to gems. Honestly, I think at this point, maybe it's a better idea for me to sell off gems in like the 3rd level. Yeah, let's go with that. This will definitely help with clearing out inventory. And also, gem crafting. Yeah. Definitely a good idea for making quick cash. Also, hello, Hyper Kirby. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Alright. Let's see. As far as where we need to go for this particular quest, this is going to be... This might take a little bit of time. Yeah, especially considering where we need to go. And I guess I'll play as Charla for a little bit. Even though Melia is currently in the party, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, the buffs will be nice. So, at least there's that. AI Melia, it may not exactly be great, but it's not the worst thing ever, trust me. At least it's not running around in circles like a worthless tool. Know what I mean? Okay. So, I guess while we're swimming a freaking Olympic marathon here, I'm not really sure what else to talk about here. I'll be honest. I think one thing I was talking about before was the PlayStation presentation about the price point. There was one other thing that popped up that was rather interesting during the presentation that honestly I was not even expecting. And that is, after the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War campaign showcase was finished, they announced a surprise alpha for those who play the PlayStation 4 version of the game. So, that's pretty awesome. I've actually tried playing it yesterday, and let me tell you, it's definitely a lot better than Modern Warfare 2019, that's for damn sure. Is it perfect? Hell no. There are many things that are considered kind of broken, overpowered, and... yeah. I mean, that's Call of Duty. What do you expect? It's not going to be, like, anything grand like Xenoblade or anything like that. Hell no. My standards for Call of Duty games are really damn low. It's like, as long as the game is fun and it's fair, then I'm okay with it having some flaws. Even if they're quite serious. Just saying, that's just me. Others may not feel the same, but even so, figure I'd throw it out there. And even if you're not into Call of Duty, that's perfectly fine. Not everyone is. Especially around here. With my current audience. Just saying.
No matter the enemy, rip through the air. Let's fire it up. Almost over. Great. That was almost too easy. But we cannot be reckless.
No kidding. That was way too easy. Alright. Thankfully, that particular quest doesn't take too long. The longest part of the whole quest is just swimming to your target, which that does take a while. Sure, okay. Thankfully, that won't be too difficult. But then again... okay, still inactive. Oh, here we go. Okay. Time to finish this up and get ready to move on to the next part. Or the next quest, rather. You know what I mean.
Yes!
So one other thing I will mention is that I feel as though Frontier Village has some of the largest number of quests that you can get your hands on in this whole freaking game. Never forget. So, we're not quite done with this particular quest yet. It may seem like it should have ended right then and there, but apparently not. Ow. Okay.
Oh, fine.
That's good to hear. So, with this quest done, we'll not only get our hands on some shell leggings, but normally this would unlock a new skill tree for Sharla. As far as which one, I can't remember which one it is exactly. But, even so, it's still something worth mentioning regardless. Speaking of skill trees, I wonder if Ricky's skill tree is finished yet. Not yet, but he's almost there. At least when it comes to the one. The other one is going to take a little bit longer, but thankfully, when it comes to the optional skill trees, the amount of SP required to complete the skill trees is nowhere near as high as the 3 primary skill trees. So that's really awesome. It doesn't take anywhere near as long to get the SP required to get the skills on those optional skill trees. So at least there's mercy when it comes to that. That's interesting. I wonder what he means by that. Well, you'll have to tune into the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z to find out. JK.
Yay!
That makes sense. Funny enough, I think during my first playthrough, I had a Garda be chosen as the boss. Let's see what happens if we have Cherry be the boss this time around. There we go. Glad that one's done. I wonder what they're up to. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. Funny enough, I believe this... I know that this particular quest has a timer on it, but as far as the amount of time required or how far into the story you need to be before the quest disappears, I'm honestly not too sure of. If I have to guess, it's probably not too far off from now. Like, after the events of Sword Valley would be where the cutoff line would be, though I can't say with 100% certainty, as this particular quest is definitely brand new to me. I don't think I've done this version of the quest before. Oh wait, yes I have. I have done this quest. Never mind. But even so, just like with all other quests that have a stopwatch on them, make them your top priority to take care of them as soon as possible. Also, apologies for the constant desktop notifications that keep popping up. Yeah, alright. Wow. Okay, this is definitely unexpected. I thought this was closer towards where the secret waterfall was, but apparently not. I'm guessing this is elsewhere. Obviously. This is fine. I can totally work with this. So, one other thing I haven't mentioned yet is that certain party combinations have unique lines of dialogue for post-battle sequences. So in other words, when you finish a battle, sometimes you can get some unique dialogue depending on your party lineup. And what's really interesting is that Sharla, Melia, and Ricky don't have very many post-battle dialogues, if any at all, which is rather interesting, as I think that's the only combination that has this anomaly. Though I can't say absolutely for sure, but I feel as though that is indeed the case. There's an aircraft over there for what looks like a high-end craft. Wonder what this is all about. But first, before we do, let's take care of some giants.
Let's get this done and dusted.
I don't have time for small fry.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy. Nice. You don't need to tell me. Looks like this place is going easy on us.
Let's press on.
But we cannot be reckless. Let's get this done and dusted. I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
I don't have time for small fry. Tail slash.
If we fight Jane just a little more. I
go.
could do with a shower right now.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Speaking of showers, I know I definitely need one. Thank you for business, friends. Use pawn orbs to help everyone. Gotta stop! Why Cherry stop Gotta? Cherry make bird people run away. What to do now? Gotta and bird people work together for no pawns. Huh? Did Gotta give red pollen orbs to bird people? Yes. I hear Nopon in Imperial Capital catch strange disease. Need red pollen orb to cure. Strange disease? Cherry never heard. Cherry not believe red pollen orbs can cure disease. Cherry studied them for a long time. No ingredients that cure disease. Really? Gotta make mistake. Gotta make mistake. And red pollen orbs very rare. They not easy to make. Should not give to outsiders. Someone tricked Gotta. Gotta shocked. Gotta relax. Gotta get confused and start dancing. Everyone, Cherry and Gotta go back to village. Go get reward. Come get reward later. Okay. Ah, screw this. Well, this is definitely turning out to be quite peculiar when it comes to this particular quest. Funny enough, I think this is opening up something far grander later down the line. As far as what? Well, I'm pretty sure you'll know what it is that we need to take care of as soon as freaking possible. That is for sure.
Yay!
You're welcome. I'm glad everything worked out in the end. Alright, next. Whew. Okay. I will say this, we're definitely making some good headway when it comes to completing a bunch of the different side quests in the game, which is pretty sweet. But there's still many more to go. And of course, we'll be gathering more side quests as we progress through this game.
Let's get this done and dusted.
I don't have time for small fry.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy. Thunderbolt! Fire! Rip through the air. Game over.
There we go. All done with that one.
Right, shall we? Let us remain vigilant.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Alright, what we got next? This is definitely going to be a peculiar beast for this particular quest right here. But thankfully, it shouldn't be too bad. Fingers crossed this goes smoothly. Though, we'll have to wait and see what happens. That is for sure. Because I have been wrong about certain things going smoothly versus getting completely destroyed. And let me tell you, that's not fun for anyone. I know it seems like it's kind of backwards that I'm going this way as opposed to following those dots. And the sole reason for this is because I feel as though going this way is actually faster. Even though the dots will give you a direct path of where you need to go, that doesn't mean you have to necessarily follow it 100%, because sometimes the path that it takes you on is one that really takes you the long way around. Sometimes you can make your own shortcuts by taking certain paths a certain way, you know what I mean?
Let's get this done and dusted.
I don't have time for small fry.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
Gale flash.
Headshot!
Sweet. Another one down. That was awesome.
Done that! Impressive. Guess I gotta try harder.
Leave this to me.
Sneak quiet without Ryan or
Heh.
Ricky around.
Nice.
Let's continue with this team.
Hero of the Homs. You had a mean streak.
What do we got? Cool. Now for the next material quest. Ooh. Oh, right. I kind of need to go back through Volok Mountain anyway. Which is kind of funny, considering I said I wanted to explore this place a bit more. And honestly, now is a good time as any. So, with that out of the way, let's go. I'm going to take a quick drink. Ugh. Honestly, I really needed that. That is for sure. My throat is still kind of itchy and kind of scratchy, and it's kind of annoying me. I mean, dealing with allergies and phlegm and all that other stuff, let me tell you, it's not exactly fun to deal with whatsoever. Let's see what we got over here. Funny enough, I believe this path on the left will take us to a secret area. But before we go that way, let's see what we got. Let's take care of the quest over here. And funny enough, I think this is technically a shortcut to where we need to
I'm not
go.
doing too well. Is that all the backbone you have?
Just be careful when dropping down from this mountainside, as you're going to be taking a lot of fall damage in this place.
Let's get this done and dusted.
I don't have time for small fry.
I'm not so partial to these. Thunder bullet!
Gale slash!
Ah, a victory for teamwork.
Let's press on.
I see your strength is for genuine articles. Let's get this done and dusted.
I don't have time for small fry.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy. Thunder bullet! Ah! Game over. A victory for teamwork. Let us hurry onwards.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
1 of 5 gold nuggets. Good lord.
All, no matter the enemy.
This is going to take a bit of time, that's for sure, and multiple trips more than likely. Especially with the drop rate of these items being kind of piss poor.
Let's get this
Oh well, it is what it is. It's no big deal.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy. Keep quiet.
It's not going to be too bad, trust me. It's just going to be a bit time consuming. And hell, it may end up taking multiple trips. And honestly,
I will give it my
I'm
all, no matter
okay
the
with
enemy.
it kind of, but even so, still kind of annoyed.
Let's fire it up.
Use a chain attack and finish it.
We took this victory together, but we cannot be reckless.
But we mustn't be careless.
One thing I will mention here is that at the very least, a lot of the enemies around here, I mean,
Agreed.
what I'm trying to say is, around here there are plenty of enemies that do affect the particular quest line that we're looking for. So, it's not going to be too bad.
Done and dusted.
It's just going to be a bit time consuming, especially if you don't get the drops you're looking for.
Little blast! Summon bolt! I could really do
There we
with a
go.
shower right now.
Another silver chest.
Not bad
This
at all.
should guarantee to get the things we're looking for.
Let's fire it up. Summon bolt! Now is the time to unleash a chain attack. That was almost too
There we
easy.
go. Nice gold
Let us
chest
hurry
too.
onwards.
Let's see what we got. Okay. Quest is complete. Sweet. Now then, before we return to Air C, there is some additional exploring I kind of want to do around here, just because there is another secret area that is definitely worth marking on our map. And I do believe you have to go this way anyway for a future quest. So, you might as well get it done and out the way. Right now. That way, when we get that quest eventually, it won't take anywhere near as long. So, this area, all we have to do is just melt the ice wall that's normally here, which I've melted not that long ago, and instead of going straight and going forward down that mountainside, head over here to the left. And we're just going to be following this throughout the whole path. And yeah, it's going to be a fun ride. Hope you're all looking forward to it, because I sure as hell am. It's going to be fun. It is a bit of a trek, so that is something to keep in mind. But at least in the meantime, you are getting very valuable experience. Also, it might be fun to slide on the ice and just launch yourself like a freaking missile. Speaking of which, we're going to have to do just that in order to proceed past this point here. So, keep running. I think I jumped too soon. Nope, just made it. Phew. It's kind of funny how you're able to just grab onto this wall without smashing your entire brains out. Okay, that was definitely the wrong terminology, but even so, video game logic at its finest. It's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. Just noticed there's another quest around here. I'll definitely be picking that up relatively soon. I'll definitely keep in mind if the quest ends up vanishing, maybe I'll change the time back to 4 a.m. We'll see. There is definitely a point of coming up here, trust me. Like I said, it is a long trek, but it is definitely well worth your time. Also, be careful not to fall at any point, otherwise you're going all the way back to the very beginning of this place. Welcome to the Three Sage Summit. Here we'll find a couple of very high-level enemies, and also, one other thing worth mentioning is that one of several super bosses can appear here. One of two, to be exact. One is level 100, which is this. Funny enough, it is considered the weakest of all the super bosses, but it's still one that you really need to keep in mind nonetheless. The other one is technically the strongest super boss in the game, at a whopping level 120. Thankfully, most of the super bosses do not appear until later on in the game. I believe the first super boss shows up around this point now. And he only shows up at nighttime, so that's something to keep in mind. And also be careful when exploring that secret area, as the other enemies around there are level 99. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult to get our hands on. It is going to take a little bit of time, but we'll be able to get it done in no time. Okay, this is the one I want to track. One other thing worth mentioning too is that, technically speaking, taking that path might be considered a shortcut in some cases to get from one area to another. Although one other thing to keep in mind though is it's kind of a one-way trip. As once you drop down below the cliffside, you can't exactly go back unless you fast travel back to the secret area again. Oh, this is gonna be the pits. Come on. Come over here so that way I can shoot you in the face. Definitely interesting to see that this particular enemy is level 47. Pretty close to my party's actual level. Well, not actual level, but, you know, they're close enough to what I have my party set to as far as levels are concerned. And what do you know? Another monster quest down. Sweet. Definitely worth it. For sure.
Hero of the Homs. You have a mean streak.
There appears to be something else I can do around here. Aha! Time to take out some chickens!
If we fight like this, we can't lose. Helping each other is our greatest strength. A victory for teamwork.
But we mustn't be careless.
Let us hurry
Sweet.
onward. Let's get this done and dusted. I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
I don't have time for small fry.
Thunderbolt! Fire! No trouble.
Let's press on.
Okay.
Let us remain vigilant.
There was definitely a point of taking out those chickens, for sure. It may not seem like it, but there most definitely was.
Hold of yourself.
And that simple reason is, technically speaking, it is another quest that we kind of need to take care of. And I'm going to take care of, trust me. Now, one other thing I will mention here is that even though we are clearing out a bunch of quests right now, that doesn't mean that we're going to be necessarily done when it comes to quests, that's for sure. Because, oh dear, I'm dead. Yep, dead.
I'm not doing too well. What? Don't you dare give up. I'm not doing too well.
Okay then, that works.
The fight has only just begun.
Ah, cool, another quest. Yay. I'm okay with that. Top secret information, eh? Well, this is definitely going to be a very interesting quest. This one has some quest-exclusive unique monsters that need to be dealt with. And let me tell you folks, it's not going to be easy to take care of those things. That is for sure. But we'll be able to get them done relatively smoothly. That I can guarantee.
Let's get this done and dusted. I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
I don't have time for small fry.
No reputation is too soft. That was almost too easy. I see your strength is genuine. Let's get this done and dusted.
I don't have time for small fry.
I will give it my all,
Well, that was easy.
no matter the enemy.
Nothing but refined horns. That's unfortunate. Well, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. There are still a few other things we could take care of around here. Or a few more enemies we can take out. And even if they don't give us what we're looking for, it won't be that big of a deal. And the simple reason for that is because, again, fast traveling will allow you to respawn the enemies you're looking for. Most enemies work that way, which is kind of interesting.
Let's get this done and dusted. I will give it my all, no matter the enemy. Nice life boost. Fire! Indeed. Let's fire it up. Free game over. Now the Elixir is blowing through me. Got it. I only need one shot. Let's fire it up. That was almost too easy.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Let us hurry onwards. Fire! Game over. Okay. Chain attack time. Hero done that.
There is one other thing I haven't mentioned yet about Charlotte and her talent gauge, is that unlike all other characters who retain their talent gauge in between battles, Charlotte's talent gauge depletes back down to normal in between battles. So you don't have to worry about the rifle overheating when you're doing continuous battles one after another.
Let's get this done.
So that's pretty nice.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy. Right, shall we? I see your strength is the genuine article.
Let's press on.
Coolio. Glad that's done. Now then, before we head off to where we need to go, there is one more thing I kind of want to look at. I think it's just around here. Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
Let's get this done.
Time to roast some more chickens.
No matter the enemy.
And no, you cannot pet the chicken.
Okay, chain attack time. Agreed. Begin. Is this the final one? That was almost too easy.
But we mustn't be
There we go.
I see your strength is the genuine article.
There appears to be something else around here. Interesting. Wait. I think that's actually below me. I know it seems kind of weird that we're getting dots in the middle of the map, even though we didn't see hardly anything at all. But that's because the enemies are around here. Chicken lair. There are no chickens here. It's possible that Antol's got them all. And that is indeed a very real possibility. In fact, say hello to this ugly arachnoid.
Make it a swift victory. The time has come. Prepare for a chain attack.
I am prepared.
The time is now.
Headshot. Let's fire it up.
Steel slash.
Triple blast. Let's fire it up. Headshot. We took this victory together. Let us hurry onwards.
Let's press on.
Okay.
Let's get this done and dusted. I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
I don't have time for small fry. Steel
It's just a matter of time. Triple blast.
Worldly slash.
Things are really heating up. May your aim be true, Charlotte. Charlotte, beautiful shot.
Oh man.
Great shot.
The weak spot. Lilia, that was a beauty. Things are going to plan.
Steel slash.
If we fight like this, thunder bullet. Game over.
Wow. There are definitely a ton of enemies around here, that's for sure. Thankfully, if you know exactly what you're doing, they'll go down with relative ease. It'll make crushing rocks seem like such a breeze. Okay. Next. Okay. Right. I need to go back up here. Like I said, be careful when traversing around this secret area, especially if you're not in the post-game state yet. Because more than likely, you're going to get spotted by those giants there, and you're going to be slapped across the frickin' world. And let me tell you, that's not fun for anyone. Alright. You should be all better now. What do we got here? Oh, just read it. Alright, cool. Glad everything worked out for you. And we got some pretty nice heavy leggings to boot. Even though we already had several pairs, but it is what it is. It's no big deal. Yeah, that is quite worrisome indeed. Okay. So, it looks like the chicken population is seriously going down. But, we should be able to do something about it so that the arachnoids and the chickens can balance out as far as life is concerned. So, for this particular quest, you need to start this quest with Dunban as the party leader. At least I think. Yeah, it is. It is Dunban. Okay. Eliminate both leaders. That sounds like a pretty good plan. Okay, so for this particular quest, this one isn't too difficult, as far as I know. And I did not mean to initiate a trade, but it is what it is. So I believe for this one, what we need to do here is just beat up a bunch of bugs and chickens all at the same time. Kind of at the same time, but you know what I mean. I think eventually it will get to a point where we'll be able to draw out the leaders of both the spider-like creatures and the chickens, and do battle with both of them. Which, let me tell you, that's going to take a little while. But it will be worth it, trust me.
No mercy.
I will give it my all. no matter the
First,
enemy.
time to fry us some chickens.
That is our greatest strength.
Exactly, Melia. That's the source of our strength.
Freeze!
Prepare for the next fight.
Let us hurry onwards. We make a great team.
Alright, that was easy. Funny enough, that wasn't even the right quest that I just accepted. That's kind of funny. But it's still something. Okay, so for this particular side quest, technically speaking, remember those secret areas that we discovered not that long ago? Well, believe it or not, we're gonna head right back there. Right back to both of those places at once. But before we go there are still some things I need to take care of around here. Excuse me? So, one more thing worth mentioning here is when you're on this ice slide, don't move until you reach this straightaway here. And there we are. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Follow my lead.
Time to fight us a freaking spider,
Display no mercy.
man.
Born in the world of strife. Against the odds.
Now is the time for me to attack.
You'll be gone before you know what hit it. Prepare for our fury.
Okay. Clear.
Well, that was definitely an unfortunate chain attack.
Like old times. Useless.
Nicely done. Most impressive.
Leave this to me. Gale Slash.
Now, this particular thing can be a bit of a pain in the butt to take out. Oof.
Looks like it's no problem.
What's even more annoying is that it has a pretty big tendency to cause any and all party members to go into a dazed-like state. And let me tell you, it's not a fun time for anyone if anyone's in a daze, because, again, they'll become a sitting duck.
Hurry onwards.
Dang it. Whatever, no big deal. Okay, so as far as our next target is concerned, I believe it's in one of these pods. As far as which one it is, I believe it's not this one.
I don't want anyone dying out there. I expect nothing short of our very best.
What's interesting is that the pods where this next target is, I believe it's really close towards our first target.
Keep it up, everyone.
Everyone, don't die.
Thunderbolt!
The taste of victory is sweet.
I see your strength is the genuine article. Let's
So, if you're trying to find out which one of these contains what the target you're looking for, I would recommend just taking out each and every single one of these things until you find your target. It'll be pretty easy to figure out which target is what you're looking for. Also, one other thing I will mention here is that, unlike many of the other quests in the game, this second target is not going to show up on your map until you find it yourself. So it is definitely one of the more annoying quests, for sure. But as long as you know exactly what you're doing, and you know what signs to look for, you should be able to find your target within a decent manner, or within a timely manner.
Stay alert. Let us hurry onward.
Although I think one big clue that you might need to look for is
The enemy.
definitely gonna be looking at the size of these pods. Also, don't take them out too quickly. You kind of want to wait. You kind of want to wait until
Get ready.
My turn. Let's call Bolt. Shala. Okay. Headshot. Hey, not so fast.
as I was trying to say, you kind of want to wait for these things to hatch.
My turn. Spear break. Ha! You must suffer more. My turn. Thunder bullet. Fire! Okay, perfect.
Very nice.
Born in a world of strife. Against the odds.
I feel
We choose to fight.
building within me.
Dance. Victory is ours.
Okay, cool.
Keep on going like
Quest
this, guys,
completed.
but
Pretty
do not be
much.
reckless.
Again, like I said, it can take a little bit of time to figure out where this thing is, but really, it's not that bad. Just keep in mind that being around level 50 is a good level to be at if you want to take this thing on, as it is pretty damn strong. I'm not gonna lie. But is it the strongest unique monster out there? Hell no. Like I said, that belongs to one of the super bosses, which is at a whopping level 120, which is the strongest enemy in the entire game. But we won't be fighting it until much later. I defeated the chicken leader and the antol leader. I have a strong will. Cool. Okay, so with that, the balance of Valak Mountain has been restored. Sweet. Let's see what we got next. Right, there's these two quests here. Okay. So, our first stop is right over here for this particular quest. Now, for the next one, this one can be a bit tricky. As this next stop is in a bit of a strange and awkward area. And it's not exactly easy to navigate your way through that particular part of Valak Mountain. And it's also pretty damn dangerous, too. One of the more dangerous spots in the whole mountain. Is it the most dangerous? No. But it is definitely one of the more dangerous places, for sure. How? Simply put, skinny platforms. It's really easy to end up slipping and falling. And once you slip and fall, that's it. You're dead. Okay, thankfully this shouldn't be too much further to go. this is a hell of a trek, am I right? But let me tell you, it does give you a great view of this whole mountain. Okay. All done with that. Definitely this one. I believe, regardless of which answer that you give, it is, you're going to be given the same exact reward. So, that's something worth mentioning. Alright, next, we got another monster quest. That's neat. Alrighty. Thankfully, we only have a few more quests left to take care of on our current list of all the quests that we have. And we're probably going to finish them all up by the time we reach the 3-hour mark. But, like I said, there are still many other quests waiting to be taken on as of yet. And let me tell you, taking all these quests and just trying to hunt them down, it can be a bit of a pain. Especially if you don't know which ones are... If you don't know which quests unlock the quest you're looking for. And even if you can... And even if you could go after that particular quest, I'm just saying. Are you gonna fight me, little dude? Okay, guess not. I'm guessing that the thing's sight is really, really short. Alright, I'll take it. Just means I don't have to waste as much time fighting the thing unless I absolutely have to. Or unless I really want to, technically. But, just saying. Now then, time for some more fried chickens.
No mercy.
I will give it my all, no matter the enemy.
Okay, maybe not. It's more like hermit crabs, but even so.
I'll cut you off.
Is this the final one?
Charlotte, great shot.
Freeze! Ice wave!
Steel slash. Your days are numbered.
You don't need to tell me. Now we're ice wave!
It will take more than that to slow us down.
Let us hurry onward. Okay, let's get going.
No mercy.
So one thing I will definitely say around here is that there's not too many fast travel points in this area. There's only like one at the very end of this place that leads you to Sword Valley. And there is technically one more fast travel point. But as far as how you can get your hands on or get to that fast travel point, it's not too hard. It's just a little bit of a trek.
I feel my power returning to me. Looks like we managed to survive.
Alright, that was easy.
Guys, let us hurry onward.
So you may be wondering, why is it exactly that I went after that bird? Well, just in case it decided to just target me out of nowhere or something, which that is a very real possibility.
Time to unleash a chain attack.
There we go, all done with that. See what I mean about these birds just randomly coming out of nowhere just to mess with you?
Leave it to me. Ether. Okay, thunderbolt.
There we go.
Have you just noticed? Nice.
We are at one with
Another bird sniped from the sky. Love it. So, you may be wondering, where is this other fast travel point that I'm talking about? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you exactly where I'm talking about in just a moment. For now, we got ice. Funny enough, that particular ice is nothing really to worry about at all. I believe around the left-hand side, around this point in the mountain, yeah, there it is. There is a fast travel point that's in the form of an obelisk. And, funny enough, this fast travel point is pretty easy to miss if you don't know, where this thing is. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Just saying. It's very easily missable if you don't know where to look. Here we are. The Nullful Tower. And that's really all there is to it when it comes to that particular fast travel point. And you may be wondering, what's the point of that location? Well, there honestly isn't much of a point to that location. It's just there to allow you to fast travel to that location more easily. Is this thing really here? Because I don't even see it on the map. Well, this is definitely interesting. The head of the holds a lesson. Oh. This is the thing I'm looking for. Okay. I was like, wait, why is this quest not showing up? Oh, right, duh. Because it's tied to another quest. Oops. Oh well. Once we wrap up these remaining quests here, I will go around the towns a bit to see if there are some additional quests that we can technically pick up and start. Which, I know there are several. It's going to take a little bit of time to get these couple of quests done. But thankfully, we are just about done with this list. It's kind of nuts if you think about it. We're only about 2 hours and 54 minutes into the session, and yet we're almost done, which is pretty sweet. Let's see what we got in here. Funny enough, the direct path of which those dots were leading you towards, it is technically another way you can enter this location. And I think it's supposed to tell you that you can kind of sneak around the main forces. Which, if you're a high enough level, you should be able to just walk right past them just fine. So, nothing to worry about whatsoever. Wow, that was definitely not a very good chain attack, but oh well, it is what it is. No big deal. See what I mean? Everyone is dead.
Victory is ours.
Let us remain vigilant.
What have we got in here? Nothing really of value, except some additional materials, but really that's about it. Okay. Now that that quest is complete, it's time to wrap things up.
Yes?
That was definitely quite a trek. And we still have about 3.5 minutes before we reach the 3-hour mark, so I'll gladly take it. Uh-oh. Looks like we got another quest we need to take care of. And this one you must accept.
No mercy!
But thankfully, the only thing we have to worry about is just, taking care of a couple of birds around here. Get smacked.
Worldly slash! Get ready!
Leave it to me. Sora, my turn. Thunderbolt.
There we go. All done.
Nice.
Thankfully, these enemies really aren't too difficult. And I think if you take care of one, but you die to the other, it won't be that big of a deal. Because the one you kill will stay dead. And you just have to worry about the other one upon respawning.
Yes?
You're welcome. Cool. Now that is finally done. That sure took a while, but at least the deed is finally finished. However, there are some more quests that open up now. And I'll see what I can do to maybe either finish them.
How's things?
Oh. This is a fun one. So in order to start this quest, you have to
How's things?
speak to this NPC Shalin with Melia. She won't speak to anyone else, because racism. Yeah, why are you acting so nervously? Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. In fact, we can take care of this real quick. And before we wrap things up for today... Oh,
What is it?
another shop. Never knew this was here. Interesting. Give me that. Alright. There are definitely some unique items in this shop that I never even knew existed around here, along with some additional art books. I believe this shop opens up after you take care of the lighthouse business. So, that's pretty nice. Just one thing to keep in mind, though. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I'd have to... I thought I had to drop back down below, but apparently not.
I don't have time for small fry.
Okay, let's sort this out nice and quickly.
One other pretty interesting thing about this particular quest is, even though these things only come out at night, if you're a high enough level, you can fight these things one at a time as opposed to all three at once. Definitely making things a lot easier, for sure. Hi there, little boy. Are you ready to party?
This represents no problem whatsoever. I can handle this one.
I don't have time for small fry.
Your fighting spirit is mine.
One more push.
A rather advantageous witness my
Time has come. Prepare for a chain attack.
Falcon kick!
shot. We are victorious.
There we go.
Let's get going.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Alright, next. Come on, let me target you. So that way we can get this done and over with as quickly as possible, please.
I can handle this one.
I don't have time for small fry.
What is that? Feel the ether. Building within me. Summon Cotty. Let's keep moving. Thunder. Manifest yourself. That's a bad battle. Okay.
That was easy.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I'm done.
How's things?
Okay, thankfully that particular quest didn't take too long, even though we are a little over the 3-hour mark now. It's honestly not that big of a deal. Well, that was rather interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Well, anyway, upon completing the quest, I'm not too sure, but I think that opens up another skill tree for Melia, though I can't say with absolute certainty if that is the case or not. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through some of the towns and see if there are any new quests that have opened up. I'm going to say no, but just to be absolutely sure, I might as well check and see. As you never know, sometimes you may encounter something without even realizing that it's there until it's too late. And let me tell you, finding out that you missed out on a timed quest, it's one of the worst feelings that you can have in this game. This shouldn't take too much longer. And if we open up some more quests, great. If not, then we won't worry about it. Speak of the devil, and it shall appear. So, at this point now, I'm just going to go through the towns and just see if there are any more quests. I'm not necessarily going to be going after them right away, as I'll be working on them over time as we continue to progress through the game a bit further, and also progress the story a bit further too. Sing vegetables? That sounds kind of familiar. Well, as long as they're not preaching about Jesus Christ and stories from the Bible, then I think we'll be in the clear. Okay. Ah! I already gathered basically everything this person needs for both of the quest lines. That's hilarious. So that's 3 quests done in one go. And let me tell you, gathering the materials necessary for those particular quests can take quite a bit of time, as you have to gather a lot of materials. But again, if you already have these materials beforehand, then this makes things a hell of a lot easier and quicker, too. Let's see, anything else? Not as far as I can see here within Frontier Village at this point in time. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other quests that will be opening up at earlier points in the game. Just saying, with like Colony 6, Colony 9, those places, you know, I'm pretty sure they're going to be ripe with side quests, and it's going to be glorious. This'll work. And if you want to know for sure if there are going to be some new quests that open up, I would explore the different towns at one time of day, like day or night, and then change the clock from whatever time it is to the opposite time. So in other words, if it's night, change it to day. And if it's in the day, change it to nighttime. And it's as simple as that. I don't think there are any other quests that we need to worry about right now, which honestly I'm okay with. But we'll see. We'll see soon enough.
All right.
Let's see. Nope. I thought maybe I had enough materials to raise the level of at least one more thing in Colony 6. Nope, not yet. And that's fine. We'll be raising the levels of Colony 6 as we progress. Maybe not right away, and probably at a really slow pace. But we will raise it. Trust me. That is quite a problem. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Well, when it comes to starting this particular quest line, I'm not necessarily going to be following it yet. Not until later. As, like I said, we are over the 3-hour mark now, and really, excuse me, I really should be ending this stream very shortly, and that is exactly what I intend to do. In fact, we're probably going to be ending it in just a few moments. Again, I'm just making sure there aren't any other quests that open up around this time, which it's pretty easy to end up missing something without even realizing it. And that's a pretty bad feeling, especially if it's something rather important, like if it unlocks an additional skill tree. I mean, those quests technically aren't missable by means, but you know what I mean, right? If you do, great. If not, then whatever. So, with that, there aren't any additional quests I need to worry about right now. Just, this one. This one's another timed quest. I might take on this one in the next session of this game before we head through Sword Valley. And the simple reason for this is because it does have a stopwatch on it. So in other words, this is tied to story progression. But as far as when the cutoff point is for this, I really do not know. Regardless, though, I'm going to go ahead and call it a session here. This is General Snivy with the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to see what the hell is going on with Banna, and also start making our way through Sword Valley, aka the area where we shall be seizing our destinies. Hope you're all looking forward to more mayhem that is Xenoblade Chronicles. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all on the flip side.